Would you like me to show you, or do you just want to try and work through this one on your own?
I think I'd like to try this one on my own just to see
Okay.
how
All
it
right.
went off.
All right. Go ahead and stand by, or I'll stand by here and wait until you tell me what you got for a final answer.
All right, sounds good. Just move my over there. All right. And I think the email just sent to, but all right.
All right. I'll check that out here.
So I have a what's it called? Semester test thing. And
Yeah, you got one of your final exam midterms.
yeah, or it's what's the other word? It's unit. I have a unit
Oh
test. And
yeah,
I have my
yeah. Your
final
school
test.
uses some different words for all that. Yeah.
I know, I don't know why they do that. So when it's just x like that, I don't, let's say if it was like 4x squared, I'd have to multiply 4 and 35, right?
Not the way I've shown you, but perhaps you're seeing something different in class that still works, but it's obviously a different approach.
Okay, okay. 35, 7. Okay, wait, so for this one, you have to write it just as x squared minus 12x plus 35, and then you make the parentheses under the negative 12, and you go like 3 and 4, correct?
No, no.
Or is this the one where you look at the 35 rather than the x?
We're completing the square, right? So what I suggest here, and I'm going to show it much more completely here, is you subtract 35 from both sides of the equation. So you get x squared minus 12x, leave a space, equals negative 35.
Okay, I need to get that written down.
Yeah.
Oh, right, now it's coming together.
Okay, now you need half of this number here, negative 12. So it's x minus 6 squared.
It's minus 6 squared, and then it's positive 36.
Right. So however you want to do it, like sometimes I put boxes here or lines, but it's plus 36
Mhm.
plus 36. Now on the right, you actually add the numbers at some point, or subtract, whatever it ends up being. Let's add. Okay. But then the final step is you move this number back over. You move it back over by subtracting 1 here. So you get y equals x minus 6 squared minus 1.
Okay. X minus 6 squared minus 1. Okay, this is coming together again.
Let me give you one more of this type before we move on to
Did we do it slightly?
no.
Like, I feel like, was it more cluttered almost last time?
Possibly, yeah. That was also maybe a mistake on my part for showing you, because I really maybe yeah. Anyway, let's do another one like this.
Okay, because I almost just feel like there's like a step missing that from last time, but I like it more like this. I feel like it's easier.
So let's try this one. So y equals x squared plus 10x minus 22.
All right, I got that. Is the final answer y equals parentheses x plus 5 squared minus 47?
Too large over here. So again, let's set this equal to 0.
Mhm.
And you're going to add 22 to both sides. So that gives you x squared plus 10x Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, I misspoke here. Yes, you
Right.
said yes, you're totally right.
Okay, sweet. I think I get this now after like having a day off of it.
Good. Okay, now you say that, but I'm gonna give you the harder
Yeah.
ones now. So
Now I'm going
so
to the
be
minuses.
careful here. And I'm happy to go through this, first time, of course. Let's go 14. Okay, so do you want me to show you how to do this, or do you want to try it on your own?
Um, I think maybe I'd like to see it one time before I try it.
Good choice here. So we're gonna move the 14 to the other side of the equation. You always move c over. So it's 2x squared plus 8x, leave a space, equals minus 14.
Mhm.
So now this is what's different. See how there's not a 1 here? You factor it out. It's 2 parentheses x squared plus 4x, leave a space, equals minus 14. So now you look at what I'm trying to show you circled, and you recognize that that is exactly the same as this line here. It's the same as this line here. So you do exactly the same thing as you've been doing in these other problems. Okay, so what is
Mhm.
half of 4?
2.
So it's x plus 2 squared. Okay, what number goes here when you square the
Um,
4?
I 4, just positive 4.
Plus 4. Now, what matches on both sides, you have to go back up one more line because there's this 2 outside here.
Mhm.
2 times each of these means this is 8, and this is 8.
Plus 8 plus 8. So you have to divide it by 2. So if there's a number like that, or if it's like 3, you divide it by 3. So then you get the 4. Then you have to square 4. And with that 4, you then square it again and then put it back.
Are you just were you just saying out loud what to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you get the number that goes in here, but then to figure out what goes to the other side, you have to account for this 2 on the outside here. Like normally there's a 1 on the outside, so you don't have to, so you just move it. But because there's a 2, you have to figure that out here.
Oh, okay, wait. So you just have to look like forget the even the twos on the parentheses at first. Just normally square,
Yes, yes, exactly.
then
Yes.
have it squared and multiply. Okay.
Okay.
I think
So
I
now
got
it equals -6, and then you add 6 over. So you end up getting 2x plus 2 squared plus 6.
y equals okay. I think I got that.
Okay.
So these can
So
get like pretty tricky.
of course, yeah, and you'll see something like this on your quiz or test. Let's try another one here. 3x squared plus 24x plus 60.
Plus 24x plus 60. Okay. Okay, I think I got it.
Right, so let me just run through the steps here in case you need to look at this later on. You subtract 60 from both sides. 3x squared plus 24x equals negative 60. You factor the 3 out, so you get 3x squared plus 8x. Okay, and here's what's going to happen here. We really want this number
Mhm.
and this number. Okay, we're gonna figure out this number here to figure out that number. We need the thing to get the thing. So to get that, we need half of 8. Half of 8 is 4.
Mhm.
So the number that goes in here is 16 because it's 4 squared.
Mhm.
3 times 16 is 48
48.
plus 48.
Wait a second. So, I didn't like properly square it. I just made it like 4 times 2 instead of 4 times 4.
Okay.
So then
But
that
it's
would be like,
always, so it's always like the number that goes here is always half of 8 squared, half, and then you square it.
mhm. Um, 4, 16. Okay, yeah. So then here, wait, I can just fix this super quick. 8 and then okay, I got it now. And then I have one question about this is why does it stay as 16 in that one parentheses, but then 48 in the one above it?
So look at, there's two ways to do this. The first way is to see if you go from line 1 to line 2, if you factor a 3 out of every one, you get 16.
Okay.
Okay, like,
So wait.
but you're going the other way.
Mhm.
So it's like saying, well, if I went the other way, 3 times x squared is 3x squared. 3 times 8x is 24x. 3 times 16 is 48. And that's
Well,
what,
is there a way where you can almost like skip a step where you can just do mental math for it?
yes, there is. And I thought about that at length. Yeah, I mean, it's b over a divided by 2 squared, but then you have to account for a sign because it could be, if this is negative, then that has to be negative. So
I think that's what they're like teaching me in class, but
this works, but you're not going to remember it next year.
mhm.
And again, it also doesn't work if a is negative.
Oh,
So it's not because if a is negative, this ends up being negative, and when you square something, it's always
mhm.
like that. So I would caution against that.
So just do that extra step, and it also shows work in a way.
But it eventually will be clear to you. Like I believe me, if you do this a few more times, you're gonna get it. Like I appreciate you letting us spend a little bit of time on this today. Um,
Uh-huh.
every line works together to give you back,
Yeah,
what.
this is a lot more like clear to me now doing
Yeah,
this the second time.
I mean, if someone just says like do this and this, like, but they don't explain why, you won't remember. You'll just
Mhm.
maybe know to do it. It's like making a recipe. So
Yeah, doesn't
that
know.
that's up to you. We've exhausted the 15 minutes you recommended. I would suggest we go to the worksheet for today, which may have some of the same stuff in it. Um,
Okay.
but
Yeah, and then also if like, do you think we could try a negative? Just like when
it's
problems.
it's going to eat up another 5-10 minutes. If you would like, we can do that for sure.
Um, okay, maybe since I'm kind of getting this now, maybe I can use like this new knowledge and the video from Tuesday. Maybe we should just move on to
Yes.
the packet because I didn't really have too much of an idea what's going on. This was supposed to be a review.
Okay. Yeah. Well, your school tends to do things in ways that's not the best for you guys.
Yeah.
So, all right, here. So let me snip in question. We'll just start at question 1A. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Or are you good? I mean, like, we just start from the beginning.
Yeah, we can just start from the beginning. That's where it all started
Okay.
off.
Write the equation of the quadratic function in factored form. So factored form is and let's go f of x is a x minus something x minus something. Now the something here is the intercepts or the zeros.
Mhm.
So sometimes it's like B and C, where this is B and this is C. The -2 is B, the 4 is C.
So okay, so would
So you're just substituting in the numbers. A is 1, B is -2,
B is -2.
and C is 4.
Would this relate to like point slope form at all, or is this?
It's totally different because you're looking at quadratics instead of lines.
Okay.
We're not quite done here because in some way it is like point slope where you don't leave minus a minus, so it's x
Mhm.
plus 2, x minus 4, and you don't need a 1 out front.
Yeah.
So this is your final on that.
Okay.
So let me give you one like this that I think might be clearer. So if I gave you a problem like this where I give you the graph and I say to write in factored form, and I'm going to tell you this time that a equals 2. Okay, so factored form is a x minus the first 0, x minus the first 0, x minus the second 0.
So would B in this case would be like 3, and then
Yes, and C is 5. And
so
I'm
it's
telling,
always the first and then the second.
yeah, there's always 2 of them. So it's 2 x minus 3, x minus 5.
Okay. I'm gonna remember that. So that's it? Like
That's
I
it.
kind of
That's it for that.
okay. So it's kind of like not super complex just
You
for
just
that.
have to know what factored form is, and then you can
Just fill it out.
yeah. Now B is slightly different. B is write the equation of quadratic in vertex form.
I don't really know the difference super well in between.
Sure. So here's vertex form. It's f of x equals a x minus h squared plus k. So you have to know this. You have to know what that means. Or you have to, I'm sorry, you have to know that that's vertex form. So it's like a flashcard or go to a Quizlet or something like that and get that down. Okay. All right. Now the vertex of this thing is at what is called h comma k. And the vertex is an ordered pair. And so we need to convert this to an ordered pair. So let me try and show you. So g of x equals y, g of minus 2 equals 4. What is x and what is y in this case?
I guess x is 1.
No.
Oh no, -2, and then y is
Yes.
4.
So what I'm trying to do is show you how the letters match up here. Okay. So this ordered pair. So let's try that as an aside here. let's say I told you that, we'll come back to this problem. Let's say I tell you that G of 3 equals -2. What is the ordered pair X comma Y? And it's, in this case, it's G of X equals Y.
Okay, so X would be 3, Y would be -2.
Yeah, 3 comma -2. Right?
So
Good.
how does
Okay.
it
So
get
let's
more advanced than this, really? Like, do you start using those into inputs for a problem?
maybe here. So in this case, your vertex is H comma K. This is H and this is K. Okay, so yeah, so those go into this. You got A here, that goes
Mhm.
there. H, which is -2, goes there, and K, which is 4, goes there. So you rewrite this. F of X equals 1 X minus a -2 plus 4.
Okay, so then is here, I just want to like look at this real quick. So 2 and so the A in this one, it's you already know what A is,
Yes, they give you A.
and then you X is the second number in the parenthesis or the second letter in the parentheses.
Yeah, it's H though.
Okay, H, and then 4 would be, or Y is K.
Yes.
Okay, and then would you like solve the parentheses, or is that just it? Like, would you go like,
You would write X plus 2 squared plus 4.
okay, and then Y equals, or keep
F
it,
of X or Y.
and then would I have to write the 1 in front of it?
No.
Okay, and then for what exactly is the difference from F and X and Y? Like,
No
is it?
no difference. No difference.
Okay.
Okay, so I can see some of the issues here. So let's say I tell you that A is -2, H is 4, and K is -5. Can you write this with these values?
I think so.
So I'm literally just asking you to substitute in those values.
All right, I think I got this. Oh wait, this is so easy. I don't know why I'm struggling with that. All right, yeah, I got it.
So -2, X minus 4 squared minus 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to give you the same question, okay, but I'm going to rearrange it slightly here. It's the same answer though, and but here's how they're doing it differently. It says it has a vertex at G of 4 equals -5. This is just like the previous problem. It's the same answer. So what you have to do is convert this notation over here on the right into the vertex, which is 4 minus 5,
Mhm.
and substitute them in there.
So what
So again, like G of X equals Y.
mhm.
So what is X and what is Y in this case?
4 and -5.
And the vertex is H comma K. And that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you the vertex is here at 4 comma -5. So do you see how this is the same as the previous one? A is -2, A is
Yeah.
-2, H is 4, H is 4, K is -5. But they're just giving you this little wrinkle of saying, like, we're not giving you H and K, we're giving you the vertex instead,
Mhm.
without saying directly that it is H and K.
Okay. Yeah, I think I get that.
Okay. Are you sure? Because we can do another one if you need to.
Yeah, I think I'd like to do one more of that, but I do think I understand that.
All right, so here's again, f of x equals ax minus h squared plus k. You're going to have this down for your exam. I'm going to tell you that a equals -3, and I'm going to tell you it has a vertex at f of -4 equals -3.
Okay, so then h and k, x, y, the fx equals -3 parentheses x minus parentheses 4 parentheses again squared -3.
Okay, something like that.
Yeah, and then solve
Excellent.
-3 parentheses x plus 4 squared -3.
Perfect.
And then what was that other step?
That's it. That's it. You're done.
Oh,
You're done. You're
would
done
you
right
ever
here.
multiply that -3 into the parentheses or no?
You cannot because it's squared first. Order of operations, you have to square before you multiply.
So I'd make it like x squared plus 16.
No, that's not good either because this is FOIL.
Mhm.
No, you're writing it in vertex form. You're done when it's in this form. It's kind of like when it's in point slope form. You just leave it in point slope form. You don't solve for
For the rest of it. So
yeah,
would I ever be solving this like in the future, or will I just always be like will it
not on this test.
okay. All right, cool.
I want you. I'm not doing a good job empathizing with you in this like format, but like I can tell you I do understand this disconnect you're having, and it's so hard to fix this because it's like your school jumped into new stuff and the old stuff still wasn't perfectly
Yeah.
clear, and I apologize for that.
No, it's
So
okay.
so question, but we'll just keep trying here, and effort often wins out for that. So part C here
Mhm.
says, are the functions of part A and part B the same? So here's part A, f of x equals 1, x plus 2, x minus 4. And here's part B, which is, let me write it out here.
And I'm just
Part,
using that formula from B for it, right?
no, we're gonna let's look at this together. So they're asking, are these the same? So here you have to FOIL.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's have. Can you FOIL this? Do you remember how to do that? First,
Um,
outer, inner, last.
all right, x times x,
Yeah.
x times -4.
Give me
Okay.
your final on that after you FOIL.
All right, x squared. X squared minus 2x minus 8.
Great. Now on the right here, order of operations says you have to do exponent first. And this is what you're asking me about. But here's the thing, when it's x plus 2 squared, that it means this. It does not mean what you said a few minutes ago, because they do give you different answers.
Okay, so when it's like squared like that, I just write it twice.
Yes, until you are the superstar math student, which you will be in a year or two. Just do it out. Just do it out. Like don't
All
take
right.
any shortcuts. There's no value in doing that. Take the long cut here and do it do it this way.
Take the scenic route.
Yes.
Um, wait, so I multiply like I FOIL.
You have to FOIL this.
Oh, okay.
Then you add 4 when you're all done,
Okay, that's
which we'll do at the end. But yeah.
x squared plus 2. So I got x squared plus 4x plus 4, and then when I have that other 4, make it 8.
Right. And these are not the same.
Not the same.
No, they're not the same.
Okay. All right, that one makes more sense now. I was not getting that question. I had all the
Excellent.
answers in front of me.
All right. Can we move on to 2A?
Yes,
Right. 2A.
that's where the confusion really started.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we got plenty of time to keep going through this. So got a lot done here. All right. Write the equation of the line that is parallel to x equals 4 that passes through the point -3, 2. So here's what I see on your graph so far. I kind of see the line x equals 4. Is that what you made an attempt at?
Yeah,
So x equals a number is always a vertical line,
verticals going
up and down,
up and down. I don't know
up
why I
and down.
can't remember that.
Note flashcards. I don't know. Just get it down. It's important. Some people think like that maybe you've heard this term, look out on the horizon, or in the horizon. We've heard it in
Mhm.
movies. Horizon is horizontal.
Oh, wait,
Maybe
that's
that
not
maybe that will help. And
vertical.
vertical's not. Vertical's the other one.
All right. And then vertical, and then for the other one, like I
Okay.
didn't actually get this. I had someone like explain it to me, but
Okay. So where's the point -3, 2? And I see you have that right there,
Mhm.
-3, 2. Okay. So we've got kind of the two givens, given and given. Yay. Okay.
Mhm.
Now they want the parallel line through this point right here. So what does the word parallel mean to you?
Parallel means side to side.
Okay. So these are parallel. These are parallel. These are parallel, right?
Mm-hmm.
We already have a line. So what type of line do you need here?
When that goes vertically.
Up and down again, right? So now the next thing is like, well, what do I write here for an equation? I know it doesn't ask that, but it's x equals a
Mhm.
number. What is the number here that this goes through every time? What is this number? So here's another way to
0.
read. I'm sorry.
Does it go through 0?
It does not. Does not. So here's another way to read x equals 4. X equals 4. Here's how you read that. That's this one over here.
Mm-hmm.
X is always 4. Now you're like, what does that mean? So here's a point, 4, 0. Here's a point, 4, 2. Here's a point, 4, -3. What is x always?
X is always 4.
X is always 4. Okay. So
So
here,
X is always -3.
yes, very good. Yes. Okay. If you read it while you're learning this now as x is always, whatever that number is, you will have a better understanding of it. And if you need to make points, do it. But the point down here is at -3, something. I don't know what it is. Point up here is -3, something.
All right.
Now we actually haven't gotten to answering this question yet, but we will. I'm just going to jump down here to some more information here. So vertical lines, which is what we're dealing with here. Vertical lines, x equals a number. X is always. Their slope, there's two options here. One is undefined. I like that. No slope is another one, although that's sometimes confused with that. And sometimes I see this infinite slope.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you using in class? Or
Uh,
which have you heard
I
potentially?
think undefined.
That's kind of your classic textbook definition.
Yeah. I don't know. One thing that's kind of weird. It's like half the stuff on here. Like I swear we've never been taught that, but I don't know.
You
Undefined
very well
line.
could be right.
Undefined. I think has been heard though.
Okay, so this is good for note cards too. Let's talk about horizontal lines, just in case you get something there. A horizontal line is y equals a number. Y is always that number. Its slope,
Oh, wait. Y goes. If the numbers are going sideways, I have to go through Y.
that's right.
And is it ever possible for it to go through
No,
0?
oh, I could y equals 0, but
That's like just kind of like.
okay. Let me just write this real quick. But here's what I think I just heard, and this actually is a good way to remember it. A vertical line, x equals a number, goes through the x-axis. I think that's what I just heard you say.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that is.
Okay. And then a horizontal line, like this one, like y equals a number, it goes through the y-axis. It does not go through the x-axis. With one small exception, right? If it's 0.
If it's 0.
And similar, that's another way to remember these as well. That would be a good one.
Okay, cool. I think that's gonna like help me memorize that a lot.
Okay. I'm just gonna skip B for now. I know it's important, but like we're gonna get caught up on that.
Yeah.
And
Just need to keep the flow going.
we can do some other things here. Oh, good thing is you got some similar problems here. That's good. Okay, so we're gonna look at 2. 2 is kind of like one I showed you already, but you're gonna be able to knock this out really quickly here, because I think you understand.
All right.
So they give you a graph on the left. The graph goes through 2 and -2. I think it's hard to read, but let's just go with that. Okay.
Yeah.
It says write the equation of the quadratic shown in the graph below in factored form. So from page 1, we know that that's a x minus b x minus c. And what are b and c? Do you remember?
B is the one on the first one, and then C.
Yeah, the order actually doesn't matter, but yes, it's one or the other.
One or the other. So like I could technically write like it switched and would still do the trick.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
I'll
And the
just
reason is multiplication is commutative. Doesn't matter whether it's 4 times 5 or 5 times 4, you get the same answer here.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so a equals 1, we got that. 1, x minus minus 2, x minus 2.
Mhm.
Now I write really big, but you know your final answer here is really y equals x plus 2, x minus 2. That's your final answer there. And that's in factored form. These are factors. These are factors. Yay, we got factors.
All right, so then
So what's the next one? We want vertex form.
Vertex. So then you have to
go to your memory bank and say, oh yeah, it's this equation right here.
H and K. So then
So H and K come from the vertex.
vertex.
What is the vertex? What is this point right here?
The absolute top or absolute bottom of the
Right.
graph.
Give me the numerical value of the vertex though.
-4 or
Yep,
0, -4.
It's an ordered pair. So which is H, which is K? Well, H comes before K in the alphabet. X comes before Y in the alphabet. H is the first one. K is the other one. So it's 1 times x minus 0 squared minus 4.
All right.
Now we've talked about this before, like point slope, and you asked me earlier today, if there's 2 negatives, you deal with that just like we did up here in factored form. If it's -0, you also like don't leave it like that. You want to, so when you subtract 0, it's just x squared is x squared. So this is actually x squared minus 4.
X squared minus 4.
Because when you subtract 0 from x, it's still x. When you square it, it's x squared. Great.
All right.
So part C, it says to prove that these are the same. Prove that here's x squared minus 4, and here's x plus 2, x minus 2. So on the left here, you're going to FOIL. So I want you to FOIL that for me, please.
All right. Yeah. So that would be a. Here, let me write that out real quick. I just get x squared minus 4 because it becomes minus 2x plus 2x, which is 0.
These are the same. Yay.
Same.
We got it.
So this one's just kind of different than the last just because there's the 0.
Yeah, this one worked out a little nicer than the last one.
All right. Is there like any other numbers where it kind of works out like that, or is 0 the exception?
Try, if I hear a lot of like trying to draw some generalizations, we really can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
we can do another one like this, which might be good to do.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
What's interesting is it kind of alternates here between like one type of problem and the other. And for learning purposes, it's usually good to do a bunch in a row until you get it down, and then you can alternate.
And then move on.
Yeah. So like 3 here is like kind of like the ones we just did. So I want you to see if you can do, we'll call this part A. I'd like you to try part A on your own, please.
Okay.
And I'll definitely jump in if you need me to. We can take a minute or two and see how you do on that.
What's the numbers for that exactly? I can't really see it too well.
Let's go 2 and 4.
Okay. Okay, is it a f x equals 1 parentheses x plus 2 squared plus 4?
X minus 2, X minus 4.
X minus. Did I do
Is it,
the vertex instead of the other one?
that's the next, oh, I'm sorry. I did this wrong. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
This is the next one.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. So, but you need this down here. This I gave you, maybe I gave you this. This is 3 common negative 1.
So I would write it as fx equals 1 parentheses x plus 3 squared parentheses minus 1
It's minus H.
minus h. Oh, minus 3.
Yes. Plus 1. Yes.
Okay. So for the vertex, you have to use the vertex's numbers for.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I really messed it up. I thought your instructor changed the order here, which I
Yeah, no,
wasn't
it's
paying
okay.
attention to.
So vertex, you look at the vertex numbers. Factored, you look at the 2 and the 4.
Yes.
Okay. I think that should not be too difficult to
Okay,
remember.
so now last part here is, are these the same? Is y equals x minus 3 squared minus 1 the same as y equals x minus 2 times x minus 4? So on the right, you're going to FOIL.
Mm-hmm.
On the left, you're going to FOIL x minus 3 after you write it in expanded form.
Okay, so I'd write x minus 3 in parentheses twice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then subtract 1 from it at the end.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, x squared minus 6x plus 10. And also doing the other one.
This is not, this is plus. Which one did you do?
I did the vertex one.
Okay, so let me just jump in here a little bit, because it's x squared minus 3x plus 9 minus 1, because the two negatives make a positive.
Oh. Okay. And wait, and you'd have to write square at the end of the second one right there?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put the square there.
Okay, I was just double checking.
Please ask when I do stuff like that. I'm prone to errors, and
Yeah, of course, we're all human.
yeah,
X squared minus 6x plus 8.
yes.
Okay, I just.
And then if you FOIL over here, do you get the same thing as what we're trying to
All right, I'll
figure
start
out?
writing that one out. I got x squared minus 6x plus 8, which is the same.
Yes. All right, good. Okay, so let's go to, we're gonna go back to, I don't know, a different 3.
Yeah.
Thought this was 3. So let me grab this. All right, so here's a graph, and if I want the line x equals 4, where does x equal 4 go on this graph?
Goes over 4.
Yeah, and so it goes to the x-axis. I think we said that looks good. Or that's easier. So if I want a parallel line, it should also have the same form. It should have the form x equals a number.
X
Because,
equals.
and what I mean by that is, like, it could be x equals 2, it could be x equals -10, it could be x equals, anything, 0. Are these all parallel?
Yes, all of them. Except, yeah, all of them are.
They're all parallel, right? Okay, so that's clear. And this is 3a, by the way. So let's do
Okay.
another one here. Let's draw x equals 4 again. And let's draw x equals 4. There's x equals 4. Okay, now I want a perpendicular line.
Which is the opposite.
Yeah, it's gonna be y equals a number. So let's say it's like y equals 3. They're perpendicular because they meet at 90 degrees. What about like y equals -2?
It's still 90 degrees.
Still 90 degrees. So what you should notice, or what you should hear, is that horizontal and vertical lines, you already know this, meet at right angles, or 90 degrees. And the word we use for that is perpendicular.
Perpendicular. All right. Horizontal and vertical meet at 90%.
Yeah.
Vertical and
Again, I send us. Are you getting the notes when I send them to you by email?
yes, let me double
Okay.
check.
Yeah, it's just I send them to you right away, so you don't have to worry. We're gonna make this this last question here.
Yeah.
Here's the line x equals 4. We've drawn this a bunch of times. Here's the line. Here's the point 5, -1. That's 5, -1. This time we want the perpendicular lines. So perpendicular has to go this way. Horizontal lines always have this form. Y equals a number. Y is always, what's the y value at this point?
5 and -1.
Just the y value.
Oh, -1.
-1. So everywhere on this line, y is always -1.
-1.
Just like on this vertical line, x is always 4.
4.
Great.
All right.
Okay, well, that does take us to the end of our list. I'm sorry.
Oh, just for the next session, do you think, you know what we were doing right at the beginning today?
Yes, completing the square.
We could also start again with that if I don't have.
Absolutely. I'll try to remind you of that, and look forward to helping you again. So I'll see you. See you next time.
All right. See ya.
Have a great night. Bye now.